Baltasar Ebanga Engonga, a man with more than 400 sex tapes. King Solomon is learning from him. Kama Sutra is taking notes. I bet you Pornhub is looking to offer this dude a deal, a multi-million-dollar deal. Yeah, because this dude was the Director General of the National Financial Investigation Agency in Equatorial Guinea. But now he's being investigated for the same things he was in charge of doing, making sure that there were no financial crimes being committed. No illicit deals, no corruption going on with any financial transactions within the country. But now he finds himself on the other end being investigated for such. But this is not what really made him to trend. You see, when they suspected that within his office something was off, these financial receipts were not adding up, they launched an investigation to see where the money was going. You know, one thing about the money, if you want to know where it's going, you just have to follow the trail. And so they started following the trail and launched an investigation, which led for them to search and seize, when they went to his residency, to his home. They raided his house and they started searching, they started digging. They also got his laptop. Now on his laptop, that's where they discovered more than 400 sex tapes. Now let me say, within these videos that you see on that, it doesn't appear any person who was a participant, and I'm using the word participant because these people were not forced. They were not forced to perform these actions. But within that, you can definitely speculate there are other individuals that were probably manipulated, promised certain positions. We just know if anybody is going to be, when corruption is involved, you know exactly what comes with that. People abuse the office, and that, my friend, would be the case that can be drawn from this. Abuse of office and abuse of power. Because some of those tapes that you have seen were actually being performed within the office. Now, in the office, you're supposed to carry out, execute, official duties, right? Official duties do not include performing or having sex. No. It is totally duties relating to matters of the government, matters of the country. That is what you are being paid for. So cases can definitely be drawn from that as abuse of office and also abuse of power. I've also heard, this is a mere speculation because I really don't know the truth, but I've also heard that even the president's daughter is one of the victims, not really victims, but a participant in those videos. Ooh. And I also heard that a second divorce has already been done because some of those people in there, some of those women in there were married to friends, government officials. And also I heard that one of the people in there was his cousin. Okay, listen, about the cousin, you have to be a whole different type of breed. Like, at that point, everything is out the door. Like, you don't know any boundaries. Right? Like I told you, Kama Sutra is taking notes. How do you go from being the guy who is in charge of making sure that corruption is not happening to being the one on the receiving end and being investigated? Well, this is not a surprise. This happens a lot in Africa, right? Come on, like, are we surprised? But you have to remember, he's not being charged for having those tapes? No. But other charges can definitely be drawn from there. Like I said, abuse of office and also abuse of power. All right. And then within that, if those individuals that were participating with him in those tapes, maybe they were also given other financial, compensation gains. So you will see that the money that he was using to splurge and, maintain his lifestyle was definitely coming from the coffers of the government. So now this investigation is definitely ongoing. The guy is now arrested, and man, I just don't know, like 400 different how many people really have body counts out there. Like 400, that's a lot of people. If you tell me, if you ask me, that's a lot of people. 400. Hey, yo, without protection also. Damn. Wow. Like, that's insane. So anyways, yeah. Like, there isn't much to be said about this dude, because it's like people were willfully participating. Like, people were just participating willfully. And I mean, what can you say about that? Like, yeah, people's relationships have been broken up. But as long as people were not forced to do that. Now, like I said, if it was from the standpoint of people being promised like jobs and promotions, those type of things, then that's a little bit different. But if it was just in the act of people wanting to have fun, then I wouldn't see anything wrong in what he was doing, honestly. Like, I wouldn't really say like he did anything wrong in that sense. But it's a lot of people for sure. Like, I get it. Recording, you can see in some of those tapes, women were the ones adjusting the camera. So I cannot say that they were being forced to do it. And people kept going back. That's the thing. Some people kept going back for more and more and more. That's why to some people, this guy is a hero. A lot of women are saying, free him, because they want to experience exactly what the other women were experiencing. Like, it's insane. Okay, this guy is an idol. Listen, as soon as this guy gets out, he's going to be celebrated. If you're thinking that he's going to go down just like that, not 2024, not 2025, you're dead wrong, because people's priorities have shifted, they've changed. This guy is famous now. Just what it is. Like, this guy is famous, okay? Of course, he was married. Oh, he is married, and he has children as well. So I don't know what the wife is going to do. Is she going to stand by him? Did she know the type of things that he was in? Who knows? Who knows? I think the ones that are really dirty, that have really done him dirty, is the agency that searched his house, got the tape, and released it, because they knew all they wanted to do was embarrass him, paint a whole bad picture in the public. In the public, he's judged, he's done, okay? But the real crime here has to do with finances and not necessarily with the tapes. I think somebody within that agency, or just within the government, like other people, friends, because you have to remember, this guy has made a lot of enemies. A lot of enemies. He definitely has screwed a lot of people's wives. And there is no way that they're going to live with it. So it's one of those things that if he doesn't come up, or if he comes up, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Just one of these days, he's just like, I wouldn't be surprised. He has a lot of enemies. A lot. Like, really, really a lot. Yep. Anyways, I'll give you guys more updates on like whatever happens. But as far as right now, what I know, it's not looking good.